This is abnormal entertainment.
You notice I say dick a lot. 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 Dick, 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 dick. Hello, bonjour, what's up? Welcome to SuckCess the Pudcast. My name is Camm and I'm a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I'm only talking about shafts. Last week I got further into how to get the ball rolling with straight men that you're either friends with or becoming friends with, but I also made a brief mention of getting your tonsils checked by strangers. I want to throw in some examples. Some stories of my conquests in between our guidelines to arriving at the forbidden land. I think it'll encourage my oddities as well as give you guys, heteros included, some pretty interesting stories to listen to. I mean, after all, who doesn't love a good story? By the way, forgive my voice. It's pretty early in the morning and it's cold here and I've been smoking like a train, so forgive me. Hopefully, maybe it makes me sound sexy for once. Yeah, right. And just a forewarning to some of my straight listeners, some of these stories may eventually be about you. Yes, you. You know who you are. I know who you are. And as promised, I'm going to keep it that way. Nobody on this green earth will know I'm talking about you except for you. And me, of course. Oh, this reminds me as well. Before I get into my story here, I just touched on a lesson that definitely deserves a mention because it's a huge one. Discretion. It is everything. If a straight man has even a small inkling that you're going to be the type to spread the word about what went down, that is not going to happen. He will take his balls and go home. And I don't blame him. Remember how tough we had it back when we were still in the closet? Secret feelings welled up inside of us, scared to let anybody know who or what we really wanted and what our true identity was. It was pretty torturous, right? Now imagine a straight dude. He has a girlfriend or a wife usually. He has a family usually. He has all that and he loves it. Now, let's say he enjoys a little strange from a dude every once in a while. I wouldn't compare his little secret to our huge struggle, but I do have empathy for him. What we have to do, us gay men, is make plans for an entire life and an entire lifestyle. We have to brace ourselves for possible negative reactions and religious backlash and all that shit. We have to prepare to stand out. And a lot of us don't want that. We just want to blend in. These hetero dudes have their life and lifestyle in place already. They were born into it. Even in 2012, they are the majority. They run the world. So they get themselves a nice piece of pretty pussy, maybe marry it, probably make a few kids with it. They're in love with their wife and their life. But remember what I said. A large number of today's men believe a mouth is a mouth, so this is why I say I don't blame them for demanding discretion. One word from us, and they probably lose everything. You must promise discretion, but the important part is you got to deliver it. For me, that's easy. I'm not really into giving specific details of who I do what with to other people. I will be honest enough to say that I do have a couple of friends that I talk about my shit with, but it's never a connection they would know or be able to figure out. Hell, one of my confidants doesn't even live in this country. So I kind of understand the feeling of wanting to tell somebody about what you did or who you did last night, but if you must, make sure you leave out names, even to your closest friends. Also, you're never going to get any repeat business from the guy you landed if he's too worried about people finding out. One and done is fine, but if it's a good one, you're going to want a second lick. And speaking of good licks, let me move on to my example. There's a guy, a younger guy. He's actually a relative of a close friend. I was at a friend's family function and he caught my eye. I didn't have to introduce myself because my buddy introduced me. Easy. All I had to do was assimilate. Check and check. Now, This guy was so appealing to me that I was considering bypassing all my own rules and going straight to the Give Him an Inch project that same day. With strangers, I can normally fast track the whole process and try to get them with their pants around their ankles as soon as possible. But since I'm a close family friend to his entire family, I kept myself in check. All we did was exchange Facebook info. His idea, by the way. Fast forward to a couple days later and we're chatting on Facebook and he goes in about how he's not getting laid at all lately. What? This guy's putting it on a platter for me. I mean, I know I'm close with his family and all, but at this point I cannot let this opportunity pass me by. I fast track it. Fuck it. I give him the whole spiel about how these girls must be nuts and yada yada yada. I go even further. I tell him he knows where to find me if he ever gets lonely one night. He laughs it off a little bit and says that's good to know, but he wishes the ladies felt the same way. I push even further and ask, well, no offense, but do you got a small dick or something? Because your face and body are perfect, so what's the hold up with the ladies? And he says the sweetest 6 words I heard in all of 2011. Actually, dude, it's about 10 inches. Okay, man, we got to stop here. You're driving me nuts over here and I'm too close to your family. I have a lot more I want to say, but I said enough. You know where to find me. And that was that. Until I got a text at 2 a.m. a couple of weeks later. It simply said, I think I'd be down to get some head. And I was there 20 minutes later. We all know where the story goes from there, but I do just want to mention that it is, in fact, over 10 inches long and fat like a fucking mini meatloaf. Like, I don't even know why this dude is going to college. With a piece like that and the face of a model to top it off, he could be rich before he turns 21, just in nude modeling alone. After that first time, we talked for about 5 minutes in person, mostly him making me promise that I wouldn't tell anybody about it, and me giving him a guarantee that I wouldn't. Discretion. And to this day, we still don't talk, per se. Every once in a while, one of us will test the other with a simple, what's up, ? And the response test will either read yes or no. We never discussed this shorthand version of a conversation, it just happened. I love it. Can't beat a shorthand and a long dick. Again, my name is Camm Harson and this has been SuckCess the Pudcast, brought to you exclusively from Abnormal Entertainment every Saturday. You can always email me at Mr. Camm, that's MISTACAMM @gmail.com to chime in here, and I promise you I'll read each and every email personally. Be sure to tune in to all of our shows and listen to all of our great Abnormal hosts. It is my home and I've personally removed all the doors off the closets. Please tune in with me next week for more hot tips on more hard tips, and in the meantime remember, if that thing ain't gonna suck itself, you better be there to get it done.
Head to abnormalentertainment.com for podcasts, blogs, and videos. New content goes up every single day at abnormalentertainment.com.